We've just arrived in Marsworth, which is a small village near the market town of Tring in Hertfordshire. Last time we passed here, we seriously eyed up these moorings, so when a spot was empty, we didn't hesitate. It also looked like the weather might be turning for the worst soon, and the forecast was predicting some fairly serious storms, so the plan was to stay put, at least until that was over. Tring is a really lovely town. It's got some really nice cafes and cute small shops, as well as big supermarkets, so that was nice to have within walking distance. It's quite posh, so they have really good charity shops as well.
Pasta. They've given me pasta as a straw.
It's literally pasta. Right next to the canal are 4 reservoirs. They store water from local springs and supply water to the canal, but it's also a nature reserve and a really popular spot for walkers, runners and anglers. It's also particularly renowned for being one of the best birdwatching sites in the south of England. Now, I'm very new to being interested in birds. It seems to have happened with age. I never used to care what birds were doing particularly. They were around and I wasn't especially concerned about what they were up to. Perhaps like ageing, bird watching comes for us all in the end. One day you find yourself downloading the bird app to recognise bird calls, you're quite casual about it. Then you're trying to identify birds from grainy zoomed in iPhone photos. Next thing you know, you're getting excited about cormorants. They flap their wings to dry them off in the sun because they're not waterproof. Isn't that delightful? And then you realise you've become a bird person. Because it's a long walk to the shops, I ordered a big food delivery to the local car park. Just had this massive shop delivered, which was a whole trolley's full. And I was so lucky because I went out to get it and it was briefly sunny. And now it's absolutely hammering it down. I think this might be the beginning of the big storm. Oh God. After the previous winter, which felt like it would never end, I really wanted to challenge myself to keep getting outside for walks, even when the weather is objectively horrible. I find it quite easy to get into hermit mode in winter, but I don't want to waste the time we have in these lovely places. You know how they say there's no bad weather, just wrong clothes? With a decent waterproof and some wellies, it's actually all fine. Even when the wind and the rain make it quite unpleasant, there's something really beautiful in the autumnal colours and everything glistening in the rain. and there's nothing like coming in from a soggy walk to the cosy warm boat. It makes it feel even cosier. I'm reading Babel, which I was really excited to get into. I was looking for a historical dark academia romp. It's set in fantasy Oxford. It's a kind of Harry Potter, his dark materials, and people also recommend this a lot next to The Secret History, which I absolutely love, so I totally fell for the hype. But it wasn't for me, unfortunately. I didn't love it. The only truly horrible time on a boat is when it's insanely windy. Like, it feels scary because everything's flapping about. You can hear the wind, you can hear the trees whooshing around, and it is a little bit scary. You feel like a little too in the elements at times. 90% of the time it's lovely to be in nature, and then say 95, and then there's the 5% when you're like, I am in too much of nature, actually. The nature is gusting at 40 miles per hour and it's a little bit frightening. We're not under any trees, we're in like a really wide open area. So the wide openness, I think, is contributing to the huge amount of wind, because there is this kind of valley that we're in and the wind is just kind of gushing along. But at least it means no trees are going to fall on top of us, which is kind of the main thing. I think trees are the main thing to worry about with the wind. So it's unlikely that the wind will do anything else bad to us. It can't like rip us out, I don't think. We're pretty pinned in. But yeah, I think when it's like this, you sort of just feel like you need to keep an eye on it. Once the storm cleared, there was this surreal golden light outside, and I looked out the window and saw a huge rainbow. We were literally underneath the rainbow. That's not an elaborate metaphor, that's what happened. When I was in Tring, I went into the bookshop there. It's called Our Bookshop, and they told me about their book festival, which was happening that same week. So I had a look at the lineup and I got myself a ticket to the Nina Stibbe event. She was talking about her new book called Went to London, Took the Dog, and she was absolutely hilarious. It was a really fun event and I'm really glad I went. I've never been to a book event before. The book is a diary of her moving back to London after 2 decades living in Cornwall, and it's a very gossipy and fun read, and there's a huge amount of chat about the menopause and various incidents and accidents related to that. It's about a 45-minute walk from where we're moored, and there's one hairy bit where you're forced to walk on the road over a bridge, which feels kind of dodgy, so I wouldn't want to do that in the dark. But I like walking, so the distance isn't a big deal. Sometimes it's quite nice to get away from the centre of town because you're not distracted by going and looking at stuff. It's like going away on a little retreat. 5th of November was bonfire night, and we got to watch a whole fireworks display from the comfort of our home, just by sticking our heads out the window. Just woke up, poured myself a glass of mineral water, turned around, and it's been claimed. It's Matilda's water now. Oh, are you done with it now? You've tainted the glass and you're done with it. Perfect. Looking a bit ratty, Matilda. Looking a bit ratty around the front. I have to do some grooming later. So we're leaving Marsworth Reservoir moorings, and we're just going to go a little bit through one lock and then do all the stuff, all the boat stuff. Boatmen, all the boat admin we're going to do, and then we're probably going to moor up again because it's going to be dark. But that's enough for a project for one day. Boat admin is a whole job in itself. So yeah, this has been amazing. This has been a really, really beautiful mooring. I would say one of the best moorings ever, right? It's just amazing. I was actually wanting to call out and drag the like the guides, like the Nicholson guides. They're the ones that everyone really rates, and I've got the whole set. But I find them really dry. They're just very like moorings and local pub. But they don't tell you that some places are like amazing and some places are meh. You know, like you turn up at some places and you're like, but this is incredible. You should put that in the book. Like, this isn't just like a mooring. This is like an amazing mooring. But they're just like moorings. I just think it doesn't really do it justice. Also, I find the other books that we had, the very first ones that came with the boat, are better. I can't remember what they're called. I'll put a thing in. I think they just have a lot more character, and the Nicholson ones are really boring and really dry. So, yeah, do better, Nicholson guides.
Bugger, I don't have my keys on there.
You wanted to really slick, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't want to be
Okay, then we
slick.
go and find a key. Take two. This has got to be the right one. It smells amazing. Is that...
Oh,
Ew.
God. Oh,
I can't tell if that's liquid.
it don't look good.
Okay. How do we use this thing? Now that I already have feces on my hands, let me go into the poopy cupboard. Payment £20 per 10 minutes of operational pump time. Tap your bank card on the front of the car. It's literally just contactless.
Wow.
You just go beep. Okay, should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do I have shit on my hand?
Probably.
You don't know.
Almost certainly.
Okay, let's do the pump out and then we'll do the water. The unvarnished reality of boat life. Okay, so is that open or shut? Stand and hold it.
Yeah, one of us stand and hold. Like,
It doesn't have a seal, so I think it's just... I'll hold it.
Yeah. Okay.
Authorizing. Thank you.
Seems to be working. £20 for the pleasure of doing your own pump out. Wow. I have notes on this. Frankly, for £20 I'd expect to get it done for me in a marina. Delicious. We'd been in Marsworth for about a week so far, and we really liked it, so we moored up again just after the services. I ended the day by making this slow cooked soup recipe from Reddit a few years ago. It's called The Soup. I'll put the link in the description. It really is that good.